I have the Raptor and Raptor 37. I'm going to go over some of the differences, but the biggest difference is the price. Let me show you what I'm talking about. There it is. This package is $11,470. I borrowed these trucks from Larry H. Miller Super Ford here in Salt Lake City. They may be available. Ask for Diego and he'll let you know. Let's go ahead and check out the pricing on both trucks, and then I'll take you guys around these specs. Now this is the base Raptor, and it's gonna pretty much have the exact same engine, transmission, all that good stuff. This is a partial listing for the standard equipment. Be sure to pause it. Now this one does have the twin panel moonroof and the tough bed. Destinations right there at $1995. Now this truck has a total price of $82,065. This is the Raptor 37. You guys did see this beautiful color, by the way. It is new for 2024. It's called Shelter Green, Recaro seats. Here's all the standard equipment one more time. Pause it if you need to see more. And there you go. Pretty much the exact same options. Destinations $1995 with a total price of $93,535. Now you might be wondering, is this package really worth it for $11,500? Let's find out. Now on the base Raptor, there's no denying this truck has a really aggressive front end, has that wide body stance, has the new refreshed headlights, projector beam, high and low beam, clearance lights. They spell Ford out. You have the sprayer for your camera up front for the trails. Really aggressive bumper, by the way, too. You have the rigid lights for your fog lights there, and huge aluminum skid plate down below to protect. I mean, there's no denying this truck. I mean, this is a really aggressive setup, but do you guys see the difference on the front end of this one versus the Raptor with the 37's? You have a modular front bumper. That is the biggest difference on the front end of these trucks. So you can kind of see how they space out the fog lights there, right? Compared to the base model. I like this bumper a little bit better. You can see some of the hardware where they bolted it in here. And it just has a more meaner look, and it gives you better ground clearance compared to the base Raptor. You can probably see a little bit better on this side with the sun. And they probably do that to really clear these 37's. I think that this bumper has a better styling too. They do square off the recovery hooks down below. And they retain your parking sensors just like on the base one. But you have the more basic recovery hooks on this side. A little bit more beefier, basically. So that's the biggest difference on the front end. But apart from that, the hoods, the grills, the headlights, all of that is still the same. Now let's talk about the suspension, because there's got to be a difference there, right? Starting with the base one, again, they do give you these aluminum control arms. Look how big they are, by the way. And then they give you the steel ones at the very top. They both have the Fox live valve, so there's no differences in when you look at it here, but you have to look really close because you won't see this. This one has a single valve right there compared to this one, which has the dual valve. So you see one there, the red and blue, so you have two dual valves, basically what they call it, on these Fox live valves. But apart from that, they do give you a steering knuckle that's finished in aluminum to match those lower control arms, and they're the exact same on both sides. Now out back, it's going to be the same story. With the base Raptor, you're going to have the single valve versus the dual valve that you see here. So that's the biggest difference you're going to see on the suspension. Let's go ahead and go to the next point. There's no denying 35s. I love the big tire with the smaller wheel. When I was a kid, I liked it opposite. I liked the skinnier tire with the bigger wheels. But with these BF Goodrich, these are the KO2s. You guys can see it has a LT 315/70 17-inch wheel. So these are the basic wheels you get on the Raptor. And personally, I do like the design of these. They're blacked out, which is perfect. But what is the actual tire size? So this is basically 34.8 inches tall, but it's pretty wide. It's 12.4 inches wide. So it does have that aggressive stance. And again, you have the black wheels. But as they say, bigger is better. On this truck, not only do you have a 37 by 12.5 tire, these are still the KO2s, you have B-lock capable wheels. And I like this design better. It's more aggressive, and I don't know, there's nothing else I need to say. They're 37s versus 35s, and the only thing I will say is I wish they were a little bit wider, but apart from that, not a big deal. There isn't a difference on the powertrains between these two trucks, but I want to mention, if you do want the Raptor R, it does come with the 37s, and of course the modular front bumper, the dual valve shocks, things like that. But these trucks both have 450 horsepower, 510 pound-feet of torque, 10-speed transmission, 10-to-1 compression, I believe, and they both take premium. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. They're both direct and port fuel injection, so if you use fuel injector cleaner like I do sometimes, it does work for the intake valves. The only other thing I didn't show you guys with the Raptor 37 is the graphics that come on the truck. This one doesn't have that, so I will show you guys just a quick picture of what it looks like. But let's go ahead and move into the interior now. As far as the interior goes, the only big differences are the trim pieces. So this is the regular Raptor. So you guys see this? Let's go ahead and check it out on the Raptor 37. They have this carbon fiber that they give you around the interior. So they have it there, here, and on this trim piece too. So big trim piece. And I think it looks a lot better. There's no denying the carbon fiber. Here it is again on this side, and then on this cover. So it just has a better appearance. Now the next thing is, you guys can see the seats, right? These are the base seats for the Raptor. You have a little bit of suede on the sides there, and then down below here. On the Raptor 37, this truck does give you the Recaro seats. Has a nicer bolstering on the sides there, and on the top here has a nicer design to it. And this one does have tilt headrests. Let me go check and see if the other one does. Okay, they don't skimp out. They do give you tilt headrests on both sides. But apart from that, guys, that is the only differences between these two trucks. Now, is all the things I showed you worth $11,475, I think it was? I don't know. I don't know if I'd pay all that extra money, but I do like the upgraded shocks. 37s is easy to just upgrade your tires from 35s to 37s, but the bumpers, I think I like the bumpers a little bit better, and resale value could be a little bit better on these because these are more popular versus just the base model Raptor. So let's go ahead and check out the Payload, and then that will pretty much end this video. So on the base Raptor, the gross axle rating is going to be 3,800 pounds. The rear is 3,850. The gross fuel weight rating is going to be 7,350 pounds. All in payload is 1,324 pounds. Now these wheels are 17 by 8.5 wide too. But you guys see here, you do have higher capacities for your axles, front and rear, and the gross vehicle weight rating. So they raised that because of these heavier tires and bumper. The wheels are still 17 by 8.5, and your payload is 1,298 pounds. So you do take a hit on that number, but I like that they raised the numbers for your axles and the GVWR, so you can accommodate that extra weight. But I hope you guys liked the video. Special shout out again to Larry H. Miller Super Ford here in Salt Lake City. I hope you guys liked the video. I did a video on both of these trucks that you can check out. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. See you guys soon.